Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Professional Talks, where we talk skills, opportunities, people, and markets. So, today we have someone on the show who has almost 20 years of experience in the world of sales and marketing. He has worked in almost all top tier brand of hospitality in India and abroad. He is none other than Mr. Michael Lestourgeon, the Director of Sales and Marketing, Hyatt Chennai. Welcome, Mr. Michael, and thank you so much for taking out your time and being on the show.
Hi Ravi.
How are you doing, sir, today?
All well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. The first thing that I want to ask, what is sales in hospitality industry?
See, I think we are very fortunate to be in an industry which is a very people-driven industry. So everyone representing the industry is responsible for sales and marketing. Every time somebody from the hotels has a connection or a contact with the guest, be it something they've spoken to the guest or something they've done in terms of preparing food or serving the guest, even making a bed, they're all representing and selling and really marketing what the hotel is and what the brand is. I think all of us are responsible for sales and marketing. When it comes to the finer details and when we're talking about numbers, of course, we are still in a business. So at the end of the day, profit is important. So that's where sales and marketing comes in. So we've got a lot of clear strategy and plans to ensure we drive the business. That's the top line. And then, of course, there's other factors which play a role in the bottom line in terms of expenses and what comes is profit. And then that's what our primary responsibility is.
How do you place your hotel in the market in presence of media and press?
See, I think I'm very fortunate to be working for a company which is Hyatt, which is very well established in the hospitality segment. And I'm even more prouder to be working for Park Hyatt, which is a luxury, brand of the Hyatt. So I think between these two brands, a lot of the PR and the media presence is already felt. Where I come in is the smaller details, or I wouldn't say smaller details, the things we do on property and how we present it out to guests, to media. That's where I come in. But I think the larger part is already taken care of between Hyatt and Park Hyatt specifically as brands themselves.
Do you think sales strategy varying from brand to brand?
No, of course, yes, because every brand is different in the sense that every brand has a different set of clientele. So when we say clientele, we're obviously not referring to the customers. So how you sell to different customers varies. So it's very important to know which customers are you targeting, and accordingly you can develop strategies and plan accordingly to reach them.
Park Hyatt says luxury is personal. How you look at it?
When we say luxury is personal, what we mean to say is that we are giving that additional depth to detail, adding the luxury element when we are speaking or interacting with our guest. We are a hotel which believes that relationships from the time the guest comes into the hotel, from entering the gate to ultimately at checkout, we believe that connection relationships from all the people who represent the hotel is important to be made with the guest, and that is why luxury is personal is what our tagline is.
Thank you. How does day-to-day life affect the set of mind in the sales?
See, I think as I mentioned earlier, the hospitality industry is a very people-driven industry. It's a very labor-driven industry as well. So it's important that you leave work as much as you can. It's not always possible because in sales you probably may get calls outside your regular working hours. But it's important to really try to take your mind away from the job once you're out of the hotel. That gives your mind the chance and your body the chance to refresh so that you are prepared for the next day.
How do you ensure your team keeps motivated and productive, even in a, a very tough time and situation?
I think for the team to be motivated, it's important that they feel that they're part of a team, which includes working with each other, working with other departments. So the relationships between sales and marketing and the other departments plays a very big role, because ultimately it's all about the guest service. So I think to ensure that there is a good flow of information and communication between those departments, giving the team the right environment, the right workplace to do their job, and of course appreciation when things go well. That's very key to ensure that everybody is motivated.
That's true. Out of all choices of a career, what inclined you towards you as a career in sales and marketing?
Uh, I've always enjoyed having conversations, uh, and I think the fact that I enjoy talking to people sort of moved me into this direction, because at the end of the day you're still speaking to a person. That a person is, for our terms, a customer, but at the ultimate day you're still having a conversation. So I felt this is one of the opportunities to really embrace what I like to do, and it started from there, and here I am.
The one movie that inspired you.
See, I think there have been a lot of movies which have inspired me for a lot of different things. Some movies inspired me to travel, some movies have inspired me to get fit. But I think in terms of a career, Pursuit of Happiness is a very inspiring movie, because that's very related to what I do in my job in terms of sales. So that's the movie which I relate most to my work life.
What is one thing that most of people don't know about you?
Well, I'm actually a very avid biker. So I've also done the Himalayan Odyssey, which is going up to Ladakh, to Kadungla, highest motorable road in the world, and that was a 20-day ride from Bombay all the way up and back. So that's been my passion, and I still do a lot of rides that way.
What are the challenges you face when you started your journey in the sales and marketing?
When I started in the sales and marketing, I think one of the biggest challenges was to really understand people have different personalities. And a personality of one individual may not be the same as who you're going to speak to in the next 10 minutes.
Yes.
And of course, what you expect that person to react is not how that person is going to be react. So I've also come to this thing of not to have very high expectations, and to be a bit more grounded and accept reality for what it is.
What is source of inspiration for you?
Source for inspiration for me is my family. When I say family, I'm talking about my parents, brother, sister, my wife, my kids. They've all been part of the journey of who I am to where I am today. And that's actually my source of inspiration for every day getting up and coming into work.
What lesson you have learned in your life that you want to tell to the world? That one thing.
I think it's important to accept the fact that there are some things which are in your control, and there are some things which are not in your control. So it's important to react to things which are in your control, and to accept that some things are not in your control, and acceptance of that is important for me, and I just want that message to go out.
How do you handle a situation where team is constantly not achieving a target sales?
See, I think if the situation comes where targets are not being achieved, I don't think it is the team's fault. I think then the strategy, the planning, and the process has failed. So if the team is not achieving, respective targets, then we'll have to go back actually not to the individual but to the process, the plan and the strategy which was in place as a whole. And I think once if that is set and correct, then it's expected that the rest of the details will follow through.
Allow me to ask, I'll give some words, random words, and I just want you to tell the first reaction that comes to your mind
Sure.
listening to it.
Sure.
Hospitality,
Interesting.
Mumbai,
Big dreams.
hope,
Teamwork.
care,
Family.
Kerala,
Food.
coffee,
Can do with and can do without as well.
sugar.
In the right quantity.
Great. Thank you. It's been a great talking to you, sir.
Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you so much for being on the shows.